Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of Precalculus. Welcome to room 15, where?
Learning never ends.
Learning never ends, thank you. And we started out class today with problem 3, and I think we left class yesterday where Luke was supposed to come and do problem 3 today, but fortunately we had Bailey, who volunteered in his stead to do this problem 3. And what she did is she went to her calculator and used the NCR feature to get these coefficients of expansion. And to review how to do that, if we go to, we're going to do 7, and we're going to choose, which we go to math, and we go to probability 3, and then we're going to go and put all the coefficients here. Well, to do that, we can go and get our opening bracket, second parentheses, and then 0, comma 1, comma 2. Whoops, something happened here. Yeah. Comma 1. Something happened here. Wait, I don't know what happened. Oh, I know what happened. It's kind of a complicated story. 2, comma 3, comma 4. What happened is I accidentally drew something on that earlier. So now we go to second, closing bracket. So Bailey, that's how you got all your numbers, right? Okay, so there you have it. So this is a correct answer?
Yeah.
Or let's do it this way. Okay? All right, what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and skip. Now 4 is just the same thing, but it's just more coefficients, right? Just bigger numbers. But otherwise, it's the same degree of difficulty thing. So what I'm going to do is go on, and we're going to go ahead, and I want you to kind of skip ahead. And we already talked about and used Pascal's triangle a little bit yesterday. So what I want to do is skip ahead to 9 through 12. And basically what you're doing in this situation like this, what you're doing, you're saying 9, choose 2. And there's also something called your binomial formula, and I'll show you what it is and where it is. It's in your ACP formula chart right here. You see where it says, down here under sequences and series, combinations? Well, it's going to be right here in your formula chart. So we have is NCR is going to be equal to n factorial over n minus r factorial times r factorial. So we go here and we put NCR equals n factorial over n minus r factorial times r factorial. And so we're going to do this for 9 and 2. So we're going to go ahead and put here for n choose r, we're going to put 9 factorial over 9 minus 2 factorial times 2 factorial. And I'll show you where you get that. What I'm going to do is get my fraction first and put 9. So you go to 9, math, and you come over here to probability, and you get 4. So there's your 9 factorial. And in the denominator, I'm going to put parentheses 9 minus 2, and that's going to be, of course, 7. I'm going to put the factorial now, math, 4. And then finally, in the denominator, times 2 factorial. So we go to math, probability 4, and press enter. So we get 36, which coincidentally is going to be the same as taking 9, math, probability 3, 2. Same thing. So what it is the application in your calculator is this one right here, but this formula is the back office worker that makes this happen.
Okay, but so the calculator just, it's a little shortcut that you can use to find.
Yeah, so the calculator, so this little NCR thing is a shortcut to this.
It's its own like function.
Yeah, it's own function. So it's like the function, this is the function machine that takes these numbers 9 and 2 as an input, makes this happen. So basically that's what you're doing. And so it's tying in what that binomial formula is. And that's what it is. It's on your formula chart. And so if you should get stuck for some reason on figuring out what's happening going on, you can look at your ACP formula chart that I see Ben and Bryce have on their, open on their desk. And speaking of those, Jack, you didn't get one, did you? Here you go. All right, so I want you to just go do 9 through 12 on those using the same thing. You can use your NCR and just figure those out, should be pretty quickly. And so I don't, in this one, want you to do all those things, because once you do what Bailey did, you don't have to do any more, right? It's just sort of superfluous work beyond that, isn't it?
10 is kind of long.
Yeah, so 10 is kind of long, and so it's just, so it's doable, but it's just long.
I could write it out, but
You can write it out, but so what I'm saying is to turn this in, I don't expect you to have every problem done, is what I'm saying. But I want you to turn it into me in, how much more time do you need on this? A few minutes? I'll give you a few minutes. You can do that. And then we're gonna go on to another thing here in a minute that's related to it.
No, I'm just in the
What, we had to do all these?
Yes.
No.
This
No,
one,
cut it out.
second one's done.
Second one's trying to do it. And the one you have to, everybody that one too.
Alright. One time she actually picked them up. She was explaining about it. This Connor told her to pick them up.
Is it once?
Yeah. I was it.
On the bottom,
Last year was one.
do it by itself is one, which I can see. By it's one. 166, like,
I thought it would be 0, 2, 5, 0.
yeah, that
What
would
did
be kind of
you get on number 11?
Pass them that way. Don't go that way. Here's the
I am that way.
Oh, no, no, could it be
Here,
100?
sort of.
Yeah,
Sort of.
I could reach that one now.
Steve, she just doesn't appreciate rights.
Because like on the formula, 166 to the first is n, and 0 is r. So on the bottom, 166 minus
Oh,
0 is still 166.
Yeah.
And the permutation is oh, that's one.
Wait, wait, and I get, and
I got the wrong this number.
Mr. G, you're in the Christmas spirit today with the Christmas
it
hat?
says.
Thank you, yes. Yeah, yeah.
What did you?
Had a good picture, I had a lot of students in the site.
You don't have to go that way.
Picture.
I don't know how to do the other way.
Yeah, me and some other students.
I can share the app, Mr. G.
Did you go, really? Okay. I don't do Apple myself,
No?
but I'm glad to
This is
know about
what
it.
you do, like,
It's good to know.
the top number, and then it's the top, and then the next, then the bottom. That's all you said.
Because- Yeah, most people
Nah. Well, they need-
that I know have Apple phones.
Yeah.
So did you take the thumbnail pictures on your camera, on your tripod?
No, I have a separate camera here.
Separate mobile camera?
Yeah, this
So
camera here.
another one you want,
I use this camera here.
What did you get?
That's where I put the-
I got the loneliest.
Did you have your paper?
one, one?
You knocked your one set. Oh, wait, what?
Appreciate Bailey stepping in for the breach here.
Do you know what the reference of the one now?
Wait, do we turn it on?
Yes, yeah.
I was able to do all the messages for the old town.
That's really good work.
Yeah.
Thanks, Steve, appreciate it.
Have you never heard one is the one you
Okay.
will put the song that we don't
Now, we're gonna have a next sheet of exercises where we're gonna be targeted in on some terms here. So basically with the remainder of class today, we're not going to go and expanding the whole thing out, but just focusing in on specific terms. Because usually on tests, including mine, that's what you're going to be asked, like a certain term. And the benefit of that is what? You don't have to write out a whole long thing.
She only had the two commissioners.
Oh, really? Okay. Because I handed out these too. I handed out 3 papers for each of them, one of which is this.
She said she only got two.
Oh, really? Okay. There's this one too. Let's take that. Yeah, I put 3 papers. I appreciate that, Randy. Thank you for watching out for your friend.
Ready?
That was really good. That shows good class citizenship, doesn't it? Man, that's really awesome work. Give her credit. I'll give her credit for that. Okay, so now we are to these ones here where we'll look at problem 13. So now it says find for the given term. So now we're not going to expand the whole thing out, but just look for this term right here. And so I'm going to show you what that is by first just beginning to write it out and see what that looks like. So to get to this term here, this x to the 11th y cubed term, it's going to be something times x to the 14th. Then we're going to have y to the 0 power plus something x to the 13th y to the 1st plus something x to the 12th y to the 2nd plus something x to the 11th y to the 3rd. And so this is the one we're looking for. Do we have to go any further than this?
No.
No, we don't. And so in our calculator, what we're looking for is when we go, remember we put in 0, 1, 2, 3, blah, blah, blah. Well, so what it is, this is going to be what's called our 4th term. And the way the probability language is, they're going to be labeled 0, 1, 2, 3. So that means when we take 14, choose 3, that's going to go right in here. And it's going to help provide us with the answer, right? So we go to our calculator and we go in 14, math, choose 3, 364. So 364 goes right here, doesn't it? And so therefore, our answer is going to be 364 x 364 x to the 11th y cubed. And so this is going to be our answer for this one. Okay, so we don't have to go and expand it all out and spend half our lifetime writing these out, do we? So we can use the half, like number 10, yeah. So we can spend half our lifetime instead working out problems, more problems instead of writing things out for the rest of our natural lives. But can you imagine for a moment if you had to expand this out manually, this times this times this times this?
I mean, in that time, I would start questioning a lot of things.
Yeah,
I
you
have
would.
so much free time, just grinding.
Yeah, because you'd be in automated mode.
And then you like accidentally skip one, like, oh,
And I don't know if I told you this yesterday, because I told one of my classes yesterday. I'm trying to remember if it was this class or third period, that what we're doing now with binomial expansion, what we're going to be doing next week with sequences and series, are preliminary skills for computer science.
yeah.
I told you that yesterday, didn't I? Yeah. So there is sort of a method to this madness of why we're doing this, if it comes to that. Because the whole thing about patterns and so forth, that's what we're looking at. So what I want to do is call on somebody to work out problem 14. It's similar to the situation for problem 13. I'll call on somebody randomly. That person will come up here and do it. Are you going to be ready for that?
Probably.
Probably. We'll do that.
Probably. Electron configuration.
Yes.
Just do actually,
Separate.
just do
That's
x to the 8 25.
13 or 8.
Okay, do you know how, on the other people, it goes to continue?
Okay.
And it flips over?
Bailey, you're not going to believe this. We chose you again.
It goes up like this and then.
Do you believe it,
The thing
Bailey?
is like, you know how it goes like
She does.
one I
think she's up to it. She's looking good. Bailey's on a hot streak.
If you
He said
understand.
that this.
How do you know that? Do you understand what you're doing for?
No, the 7th.
With the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, I understand.
That's what I'm saying.
The first,
That's,
the triangle thing?
yeah. Do you know how in that those numbers in the middle and after that it flipped over? That's what I was saying.
Extra 1.
If it's x to the 8
Your
minus
7th
5,
factor, because your first one is 0.
just do that one because then it would be flipped because after it goes up it goes down.
So it's okay?
Just do that, yeah. But remember, switch it.
Okay.
You're going to get the same answer with just sort of.
I got 117. No, 128. 128.
Figure out what's crazy. Put it together.
Did y'all do the thing like you did? I got
That's
7.
right.
Then
Thanks,
there's
Jay.
7. 0, 1, 2, 3. What is that? What is that?
Macaron.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Can you reach?
Right there. 6, 7. I can't. Which is 8.
You can tell me we're on the second.
Yeah.
I know.
Shaking.
I can draw it.
Thank you. Why do they?
For my second year.
Wait. Yeah.
I think we can beat them.
The maximum should be 195.
It was a 8 or something.
So these are the same.
No.
You'll go on the side also.
Yeah, but
He's dead.
You do it?
Oh, no.
Get a butterfly.
Well, 87 back to the.
Now, you notice that Bailey is writing all this out. Did she need to actually write all this out?
No.
But what is the advantage of her doing it, however?
You can see it, very sure.
Because is it gonna be, even though she doesn't have to write all this out, is it gonna help it keep it straighter in her mind to do it this way?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I
that's
did an
it.
arrow for so on.
Oh, arrow. Yeah. So is that what you got, 1287, is that right?
Yes.
Don't you have to not go all the way through? Couldn't you just go to X?
Yeah, that's what I said.
X to the 8, like you said?
So what you're gonna do here is this is gonna be 13, choose 8. So that's what you do, is 13, choose 8, isn't it? Let's go here and put in 13, choose. Oh, I'm holding my pen, that's why. So 13.
Okay, so do the next one.
Rather than it is future. It's not pretty right.
Oh.
What are you gonna do with your life?
So 13.
I could see being like an international considered for like, yeah.
No, you'd be like a
Choose 8.
I think you'd go really far, like, you might wish would you be a better candidate.
I could see being.
Now, you're just gonna be a loser on your life.
It's like, there's 17 computer monitors around,
Steve's gonna be the
and then
computer
like
guy.
a black
Yeah,
site.
no, I'm not a computer guy.
Steve's computer guy.
I'm okay.
So that's it, isn't
You're
it?
a computer guy.
That's it. So we just got,
I played Fortnite
Oh.
5 times in
Get
my
it from-
life, and I won.
That's when you're gonna be a hustler. It's not-
Couldn't you also do, couldn't you also do
Oh
14
my
C5?
gosh, this dinosaur running around. And then they were like, you can kill it. And I was like, what is
Okay.
Did dinosaurs in that game?
I mean, I did.
now, next, I'm gonna go ahead is it okay if I do number 15?
Yes.
Yeah, because what it is, we're dealing with a number instead. Okay, we got a number instead. And so what we're gonna do for this is, we're gonna do with the x to the 4th term. And so what that's gonna do is, it's for the 12th. And so we're gonna have 12, choose what? 12 minus 4 is? 8. Do you see where I got that from? Because I know I'm going to have to expand this out. I know we're going to start out with x to the 12th, x to the 11th, x to the thing, and then this thing is going to be 8 right here. And so we're going to have 12 choose 8 is going to go on this blank, and then we're going to have x to the 4th power, and then we're going to have negative 2 to the what power? 8th. And so our answer is going to be 12, choose 8, times negative 2 to the 8th power, and then x to the 4th power. That's going to be our answer.
Number of what?
So let's go there. We're going to go 12,
That's why you get the
choose
127, 1.
I know that you got this one. I don't know how to.
8
I just have that.
times negative 2 to the 4th power, right? Is it negative 2 to the 4th power?
I
Is
thought it
that
was negative to the 8th power.
it? To the 8th power? Okay, negative 2 to the 8th power, thank you. So negative 2 to the 8th power, so we get this 126,720, right? So our answer is 126,720 x to the 4th power. So that's our answer for this one. So wherever we have numbers, we can just multiply those together, right? Okay. Questions on this one? Do you like this better than writing them all out?
Yes.
Oh,
Crazy.
And what you're going to see on your tests in this class and others, you're going to see, you're going to give instructions for finding a specific term is what it's going to look like. We're going to have a brief quiz first thing Monday too, on this. So what I want to do is call on somebody to do number 16. How's that? Call on somebody to do 16.
Just 11.
Now, Jack, how are you doing on this? You doing okay on this? Yeah, because what it is, you missed a lot of the preliminary stuff we did on this yesterday is what it amounted to. But we got, there's video, class video. It was a good video, so.
Wait, no, it'd be emergency order, I'm sorry.
I guess,
Is it 11 or 4? Is it negative or, parentheses, negative first 4?
it's times.
Yes. Parentheses.
Like that?
Yes.
So I got 7.
Okay, we have, for this next one, we have the con man.
I still have the same thing.
My works on 3 is aliens, but got me.
I still have the same thing.
Because it's negative 7. Is that just?
Good.
Okay, 330 extra 7.
Power 7.
There's another step.
Yeah, you missed a step.
You have to do the 330 times negative 3 to the 4.
We have to multiply it by what? Negative 3 to the power of what?
1,
The-
6, 7, 4.
To the power of 4, right?
Okay.
So multiply 330 times negative 3 to the power of 4. And then put that
26,
here.
730.
Yes.
Connor, maybe you need one of these calculators.
I think so. You still fine.
I did. They're over there.
So it's going to be 330 times 81 is what it amounts to.
I think we're good now. Is that right? Or do I need to add something to the next?
Yeah. So just to be clear, thank you. Just to be clear, their answer to be 226,730 x to the 7th power. Okay? Just to be clear. Okay. What I want to do is go on in 17 through 20. What we're doing is use binomial theorem to do the whole expansion. And so it's asking you to write down the whole thing. We're focusing in on the individual things right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this one here and I'm going to find the fourth term. this one, for problem 22. Okay, I'm gonna find what the fourth term is. So basically, the fourth term means that we're going to have something times 2y to the fifth power, and then we're going to have also negative 3x to the 0 power plus,
Is it plus or minus?
it'll be plus, I'm going to explain why. But I'm glad Ben mentioned, because Ben is thinking around corners. That's pretty good. Plus, we have something 2y to the fourth power. And then we have negative 3x to the first power. Now I'm going to show you here why Ben said minus. What's negative 3 to the first power?
Negative.
It's negative 3, right? So that means that this one is really going to be negative. But if I put negative out here, I have to make that positive, don't I? You see what I mean? So Ben is thinking ahead on this. I appreciate him doing that. So now we have 2y to the third power, and then we have negative 3x to the squared, and then finally we have plus something 2y to the squared, and then we have negative 3x to the third. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to put 5, choose 3 right here. So our answer for our fourth term is going to be 5, choose 3 times 2 squared times negative 3 to the third power, and then we're going to have y squared x cubed. Is that right? So 5 choose 3 times 2 squared, I'm just going to do it like this, 5 choose 3, and I'm going to come over here, put times, negative times, it's 2, isn't it?
Yes.
2 squared times, it's negative 3 to the third power, right? So now we should just get our coefficient, whatever that is. So we get negative 1080, right? So negative 1080 y squared x to the third. Now usually you'll see these written with the y first and the x second, right? But that doesn't necessarily have to be the case, does it?
You mean the x plus?
Oh.
Y second?
Because,
How did you not go to the fourth term?
well, is this the first term in like
Because I gave myself that problem.
Oh.
So what I did is I changed this problem, and I did it because two things. I didn't want you to spend the time writing the whole thing out, and I want to get you ready for the problems that are more like they're going to be on the test, right?
well, so it's also, it's like 2y is the first one that appears, it's 2y, then negative 3, and this becomes basically.
Right, yeah. So I'm just putting them in the same order that they originally were delivered is all. And if we wanted to put x first and y first, we could do it, couldn't we?
Yeah.
We could just rewrite this as 1080 if we wanted to, x cubed y squared. That's the same thing, isn't it? Okay, what I want you to do is, we're going to have, Victoria was working on this during third period. I want you to do this today. I'm going to call on somebody to find the second term of this thing right here. 2x, 2x plus y, just the second term. But one thing you got to watch out for on these things are negative signs, because if you have a negative minus something here, then the negatives will alternate. Then they'll start out positive, then this one here will be negative, then this one here will be positive, then this one here that we found out what it is negative. So you have alternating positive and negative if you have something minus something here. Just watch out for that.
Which one are we doing? 21? Alright.
Okay. This one here we have Jack. So we call on Jack. He gets back the first day. He gets called. Figure.
Jack's back. Yeah.
Jack is back.
Jack is back.
How is it black?
Oh, no. Are you stupid? Sorry, man.
So like 0 is the first term, 1 is the second term, 2 is the third.
There was this famous movie from a long time ago. It was called Stripes. Comedy movie. You ever heard of that comedy movie Stripes?
Not that color, but.
Because you have to do the 2.
Anyway, this movie way back from the 80s.
Is that someone? I'll do that. Then place. And that. It's okay, look. Wheels are under your chair. I'll take that one.
Go back.
Just a little of it outside.
32, that's 3 1 1. Like that,
We're keeping this street.
What was that?
Keep them for now.
Yeah, keep it from now, yeah. Because we're gonna have a quiz first thing on Monday. And you can use this on your quiz probably. It'd be a good idea.
On Monday we have a quiz,
Yeah, Monday, first thing.
Oh, but why that?
Over this stuff here. Over yesterday and today. 4 problems. It should be pretty easy.
I do not understand 21 and 22.
Really? Yeah.
I understand now.
Okay. So it'll be the second term, so it's going to be x to the 4th, right?
Okay.
it'd be X to the third.
X to the 3rd, you're right, x to the 3rd, because we have that.
Yeah.
But how did
How'd you get 64?
Because you.
I got 32. You have it in your backpack.
No. I did too.
So I did 4, C.
I can grab the backpack.
How did you get 1?
Because it's the second term, but 1. Because
I see what you're doing, yeah. Okay, how much did you pay now, though?
and then I got 4, so then I multiplied it by 2 to the 4th power. That's
Second term.
Oh, okay, I just, that makes way more sense.
choose one. Say choose one, right?
Yeah.
It was working. So 4 choose one,
I take the 4,
and so that's gonna be equal to 4.
and then you multiply by 2 to the 4.
And then, so we have 4 times 2 to the 4th power, which is gonna be 16. Then we're gonna have x cubed y. So that's gonna be 64. X cubed y. Okay, that's it, thank you. Ben, for helping out. We'll leave it there. I did it for Victoria first thing. Monday.